Hello, book adventurers. Welcome to Book Adventures with Go. Our adventure today is reading a book titled, Maybe You Should Fly a Jet. Maybe You Should Be a Vet. That's quite a long title, isn't it? The exclamation mark indicates excitement. The exclamation mark indicates, of course, adventure. What it means is that when you read the title, you read it louder than normal. Dr. Seuss is the author. He goes by a pseudonym, which is not a real name, but it's a very catchy name. So I think it's cool. Illustrated by Kelly Kennedy. An illustrator is the artist of the book. And the artist made a great illustration here with all the professionals. So we are in for a treat with all the adventures inside this book. Are you ready? Dr. Seuss, maybe you should fly a jet. Maybe you should be a vet. Want to be a ticket taker? Notice the question mark. It asks a question. Want to be a pizza maker? Do you like pizza? I do. A general is a leader of the army. Jockey, she rides a horse in a horse race. Basketball player, my son is a basketball player. He wants to be a professional basketball player in the NBA one day. This number is 22. This number is 32. Ballet dancer, dragon slayer. His job is obsolete now. We all know that dragons are extinct. Do you want to be an astronaut or a keeper of the zoo? In other words, zookeeper. You've got to do something. What do you want to do? You want to emphasize the do since it's capitalized. And you've is a contraction of two words, you and have. So an alternative writing would be, you have got to do something. Tailor, sailor, nailer, jailer. You've got to be someone sooner or later. How about a wrestler? Look at this wrestler at the bottom here. He looks sad. Poor guy. A welder or a waiter? A waiter serves food. How about a dentist? She's examining his teeth. How about a florist? How about a forester working in a forest? When I was a boy, I read a book about forestry and what it takes to be a forester. Do you wish to be an oil refiner? When oil comes out of the ground, we can't use it. We have to refine it. So that's what she's doing. Diamond miner, dress designer. How about a paper hanger? How about a bass drum banger? Do you want to do your work outdoors? Do you want to work inside? It seems she wants to work inside, and he wants to do his work outdoors. Would you like to be a plumber, a stargazer? See the scientist in a wheelchair. He can do anything he wants to do as long as he puts his mind to it. A mountain guide. Would you rather work in a mountain town or in the desert lower down? Look at the big sun beaming down on the desert. Hat shop owner, she sells hats. Money loaner, she works in a bank. How about a slide tromboner? He plays in a band. How about a perfume smeller? How about a fortune teller? She predicts the future. You could be a turkey farmer. I understand raising turkeys is pretty difficult. So you might find fewer turkey farmers than chicken farmers. You could be a teacher. You could be a lot of things. How about a preacher? You could be a clown or a coffee perker. How about an iron worker? Firefighter, he fights fires. Crime fighter, he fights crime. Television script writer, he writes stories for TV. Some folks make good picture framers. Some folks make good lion tamers. A lion is a wild animal. He belongs in the savannah. I don't think it's a good idea to tame lions, even if you're good at it. Some folks make good tightrope walkers. Other folks are better talkers. She's a public speaker. And we get to the page of the title of this book. Maybe you should fly a jet. She flies fast, you can tell. Maybe you should be a vet. The dog seems to be recovering very fast as well. How about a deep sea diver? He's diving to discover buried treasure under the sea. How about a beehive hiver? She's collecting honey from bees. Would you like to be an actor? Would you like to run a tractor? Like to drive a taxi cab? Or run a big computer lab? So many computers. Tennis pro, which is short for professional. Optometrist, he checks people's eyes, and if you need glasses, he gives it to you. Crossing guard, podiatrist, he examines feet. Looks like it's a ticklish situation here. Chemist, lepidopterist, he studies moths and butterflies. Glass blower, mushroom grower. How about a fishbone boner or a roller coaster owner? Would you sooner be a ballooner or a grand piano tuner? Sometimes and often when you play the piano, it's out of tune, so it doesn't sound the same. So the tuner makes sure it sounds the same, just like new. Olympic champ. Champ is short for champion, so you can say Olympic champion. Reporter of the news. It's very difficult to choose. You've got to be someone. You can't just be a doodler. You could be a sculptor or perhaps a noodle noodler. That's a lot of noodles. Now it gets dark. You might be a private eye. Would you like to be a spy, like James Bond in the movies? Maybe you should be a vester, someone who helps people try on vests. A jester, he makes people laugh. He's like a comedian. Or a hammock tester. Boy, she's hard at work. Maybe you should be a voice. Someday you must make a choice. Maybe you should be a voice. A voice is not found in the dictionary. It is a new word. When you find out what a voice is, you can tell us what your choice is. You decide. You can see the voice in the night sky. Thank you for going with me on this journey and adventure. My name is Cuốn.